pics and posts, the good and bad. Coffee's hot, the jokes are free. We're serving up some honesty, so grab your mug and settle in. Let's roast the wheat with a Sunday grin.
Good morning, folks. The time is 10:22 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on the 5th of October, 2025. And of course, that's the 6th for my friends on the other side of the planet. Let's say hello to everybody in Australia. But I want a special hello to that city with the most group members worldwide. Let's say hello to the folks in Melbourne. How's it going, folks? I hope you're all doing well. Not just the folks in Australia, but everybody. I hope you're all doing well. My name's Lee. I'm the guy who started the group. Let's call it groups because there's two of them. The groups called Well, I Thought It Was Funny. And you folks are you, and you're absolutely stunningly amazing. How do I know that? Well, who the heck else would you be? And two, we were not stunningly amazing until you got here. And we are stunningly amazing. Therefore, that makes you stunningly amazing. Cheers to you. Thanks for making these groups so freaking successful, my friends. You rock, and we rock because you rock. Cheers. And you know, we're sitting at about 868,000 members in this community of ours. That's a lot of people, eh? More people than many cities have populations. So what do I like to call us? You've heard it before if you've watched these videos. We are the funniest city on the internet. Population us. Funny people in a funny place. Making people laugh. We're funny because you're funny. You rock. We rock. We rock because you rock. My apologies. We have not had much of a video for the last few days. We haven't had much going on the last few days. We had some stuff happen here. You know, I ask every day, or every one of these videos, ask what's going on in your life. Well, I'll start off by telling you what's going on in my life. On Thursday afternoon, early afternoon, I went out, grabbed some grocery shopping. I went to Costco, Walmart, Dollar Store, did some shopping. I got home. And I had a little message from Wendy, can you please come upstairs? Because she works from home in her office. I come upstairs and she was in so much pain. She couldn't walk. She couldn't weight bear at all. Her left leg was just killing her. And she had already been previously diagnosed with a blood clot and a muscle tear. And she had been on muscle thinners, which were working, and of course. But all of a sudden, she couldn't even stand. And she was in so much pain. Like, it was excruciating pain. She couldn't get down the stairs. We had to call 911. We had an ambulance come here. They checked her out, and then they brought her to the hospital. And when she was at the hospital, and she was there for several hours, they checked her out, and they figured that the tear that she had in her calf muscle has gotten worse. Now, the blood clot is not the issue. That's getting better, so that's a big scare when you have something like that as a blood clot. So she is getting better, but she has to wear an Aircast, and I've got a picture of that Aircast here, or a boot, we call it. This is it. I feel so sorry for my beautiful, wonderful wife. She's laid up like that, so I'm always here to help her, but especially going to be spending a lot of time helping her out. So I can't spend a lot of time doing these videos and stuff like that, but I do have time for you folks. I wanted to make sure you knew that I was going to make time for you, and I was going to be back on Sunday, and here I am on Sunday. So, you know, and I want to say thank you to the folks for the positive messages, the thoughts and prayers and all that you folks sent out for Wendy. It's greatly appreciated. She really appreciates that very, very much. So those kind words were fantastic. Thank you very much. She is getting better, but she's going to be laid up for a while. She's got to wear that cast for a while. She's got to take it easy. So basically the prescription is painkillers, rest and relaxation, and wear that air boot or air cast. So she's getting better, but that's what happened on Thursday, and that's also why we didn't have a video on Friday, because I was tired, and I have to take care of Wendy. It's the most important thing is I take care of my beautiful, wonderful wife. So that's what was going on. That's what's happened. That's where we are right now, and that's why we didn't have much of a video on Friday, my friends. Not that I'm concerned about that. I'm just letting you know what's happening, because I always ask you what's happening in your lives. And I'm asking you today, what's going on? Why don't you let us know a little bit about yourself? Why don't you let us know what you're up to today if you want? How about, I'd love to hear about your hobbies. I'd love to hear about your pets. Talk about your city, your town, your village, your country. Are there any cool I don't know, landmarks around here or something like that, I want to hear a little bit about you. I'd love to talk about you. And I ask every video. And Roseglad answered on the third. Well, sorry, she responded on the first because I didn't have a video on the third. Well, I had a little mini one saying I'm not having a video. And on the 1st of October, Roseglad said that she was just sort of relaxing and knitting after doing some shopping the day before. And she was hanging out on the porch with her beautiful, awesome dogs. Let me bring them a picture up right now. And I'm going to say the names wrong because I always do. It's Maika'i, and I know I got that wrong, and Kiko. And they're just awesome, beautiful dogs. Look at them sitting there on the porch. Apparently what they're doing, what dogs are supposed to do, wait and look for things to bark at. So that is a great photo. Thank you very, very much, Rose, for sharing that. Love your dogs. You know that. You know, and my mom replied on that video too. She was out for a walk and she saw a couple of trucks and she just really liked the colors and it just made her smile. So she shared those right there. There's the two trucks, an orange and a pink truck. Just nothing major, but sometimes the smallest things can make you smile, and that's so awesome. And speaking of pets and that, my mom has a beautiful, wonderful dog. And on the 2nd of October was the 6th anniversary of him come to live with my mom. And what a beautiful, beautiful dog. Look at his sweetheart there. This is him the day she brought him home. And this is him 6 years later to the day. He is the sweetest, sweetest dog. He is so gentle. He makes my mom laugh every day. And he never barks, you know. He's the greatest little guy. He's not little. He's a pretty big dog, actually. So let's go back. 6 years ago and 6 years later on October 2nd. What a handsome, handsome pooch. Just absolutely love him. Folks, what a great, that's awesome. It's been a fantastic 6 years with my mom so far, and hopefully there's a lot more years there. He is the greatest companion for my mom. He's a great, great dog. And everybody else is showing their pets. Why don't we show off our pets? I want to show you these two crazy cats. This is Morrison in a box. I bought a laptop the other day. And this is Thatcher in the same box. Wendy caught those photos. Absolutely loved it. Thanks, Wendy, for catching those photos. I mean, I wasn't around when they hopped in the box. So, fan-freaking-tastic. Folks, I'd love to see photos of your pets. Why don't you send some photos of your pets? You can comment on today's video, leaving the photos as a comment, or you can email me at admin@wellithoughtitwasfunny.com. I'm going to be looking for your photos, your comments. I would love to share a little bit about you. I've got some featured posts that I want to share with you. These were memes that were posted by folks like you, funny people like you. Now, I've got 4 of them today because I missed out the other day. So we've got one from Jay Reese, Melissa Rinderknecht, Phil Mears, and Rebecca Dunn, and they're going to be in that order, my friends. So we're going to start off with, as I said, Jay Reese. Yeah, this is true. The smaller the dog, the bigger the bark. Thank you, Jay. All right, next one from Melissa Rendernick. I love those little cheeses behind their little net. Oh my gosh, it's kind of Edam cheese too. Baby Bell, if you're not sure. So good. Thank you, Melissa. Next one is from Phil Mears. So freaking true. My back's been killing me the last couple of days, especially because I've been a little stressed over Wendy. So this really plays well here for me. Really appreciate that, Phil. And the next one is from Rebecca Dunn. I ain't a witch, but I get this. Plus, it's spooky month, right? Spooktober. Thank you very much, folks. You folks have made me laugh, and I'm sure you made a bunch of other people laugh. Keep that funny stuff coming in. That's why we've been successful, friends, because you're funny. Keep the funny stuff coming in. All right, we got right here. And when you get to here, there's only one place you can logically go, and that's got to be right to the bad jokes. I don't want to brag, but I know the capital of every single state. For example, the capital of Wyoming is W. Reality called. I decline to answer. 3 years ago, there was a small knock at my door in the middle of the night. I opened the door to find a snail. Disgusted, I picked it up and I threw it. Last night, there was another small knock at my door. I opened up the door and there's the snail and it says to me, "Hey, what the hell was that about?" My wife left me because I'm just too insecure. Oh, never mind, she just went to the store. In Boston, what's the only color that can open your car door? Khaki. As usual, I hope those jokes made you laugh. That's the only reason I tell them, despite some of them being pretty bad. But today I got a couple of funny ones in there, I think. And, I've got people to thank. I've got one person to thank for sure, and that's my beautiful, wonderful wife, Wendy, who sent me... sent me some jokes. Actually, there were some videos from Justin Schmick, and I think it's Justin Schmick and his wife, and they made me laugh. I only used one of those jokes, and then I got another joke. I got a joke from a YouTube viewer, and I'm going to get his name here. It was Jorge Rodriguez. He watches on YouTube the joke videos, which are out there on YouTube, and he sent me in the joke about the snail. Now, I think I may have told that joke about the snail a long time ago, but I'm not 100% sure, but I do remember that joke. But that said, I hadn't told it for a while if I did tell it before. And thank you so very much, Jorge. Thank you for watching. Thank you for submitting jokes. And folks, I want to tell your jokes too. Send your jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. And if I use your jokes, I promise you, I am going to give you credit for your jokes. So send your jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. And if you really want to blow people's mind, take a moment and record yourself telling one of those jokes on your phone, on a webcam. Heck, you can send an audio cassette or a video cassette. I will make that work. Send your jokes and videos of you telling jokes or audio recordings of you telling jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. If it's an audio cassette or video cassette, well, contact me, DM me, and we'll make that happen. I'll get you an address. Now, I don't think anybody will ever do that, but please prove me wrong. That would be amazing. So, I should be wrapping this video up. I gotta go hang out with my beautiful, wonderful wife. But I do want you to do me a couple of favors. I want you to make somebody laugh today if you can, and I want you to make sure you're laughing. If you haven't been laughing today, please hunt something down if you have to. Hunt something down that's funny, whether it's on our group, whether it's out there in the wild, whether it's a funny movie. I want you to be laughing. And I want you to tell me what made you laugh. Why don't you leave a comment on today's video saying, "Lee, this is what made me laugh," or if it's a post from the group, comment on that post and say, "This made me laugh." Tag me in it so I actually see it. I would love that. And if it's something from outside of the group and you can share it here for sure. I want to know what's making you laugh, friends. And I especially want to know that you're laughing. That's the most important thing. The only reason this group exists, these groups, this community exists, is to make people laugh. That's why I created them. And it's pretty much my modus operandi through life is to try and make people laugh. And you're helping me do that, my friends. You rock. These groups are funny because of you, not because of me. I am mildly amusing. You folks are hilarious. And keep it up. You're making people laugh, and that is a good thing. You make somebody laugh, you've made their day better, my friends. I'm going to be here again tomorrow. I don't know how long of a video we're going to have, but I'm going to be here for sure, my friends. We're going to see you again tomorrow. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for all the positive thoughts and the positive words, when Wendy was injured there. We really appreciate it. You folks mean the world to me. Keep laughing, my friends.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.
Want to help us out and look good at the same time? Head over to store.wellithoughtitwasfunny.com where we've got t-shirts, hoodies, 3/4 sleeve rock shirts. We got coffee cups. We've got to-go cups. We've got stickers. Check it out today, folks. That's store.wellithoughtitwasfunny.com.